Hello photography fans, and welcome to another episode about classic cameras and classic photo gear. Today we're going to talk about yet another classic camera. This one I got recently, maybe a few months ago. That's still recently for me. And it's an American camera. It's a well-known brand. It's a Kodak. In fact, it's a Kodak Vigilant 620. Right. This camera was produced between 1939 and 1948. It's a 620 folding camera that produces 6x9 images on a roll of 620 film. Let's get into details. So, like I mentioned, it's a folding camera. So when it's folded up, it looks like this. Very compact. You can put it in your pocket. Well, actually you can't. Back then you could put it in the pocket, but now you can't. The pockets in today's pants are just too small. You know, the jeans are too tight and, you know, too sexy looking. Back then it was baggy stuff, you know. Maybe rapper can put one in his pocket, but not a normal person. So anyways, to open the camera, there's a little button on the top, right here. Right here. You press that button, and hey presto, the hatch opens. You pull it out gently until it clicks, and there you have it. This one is very similar to most folding cameras of the era. Viewfinder Bessa comes to mind. And where Viewfinder Bessa uses 120 film, this guy uses 620 film. What is a 620 film? 620 film is exactly the same as 120 film, but it's pulled onto a thinner cord reel or spool. Okay, there are some cameras out there that you can use 120 film in a 620 camera. However, there are others where you use 120 and might jam the camera, the winding mechanism. So it's best always to use 620 film. You can't get it, you can't buy it, but you can spool it your own, buy 120 film, buy a few rolls of spools of 620 from 620 film and just spool it. And that's what I do. I use Fuji Acros and I spool it onto 620. Anyways, this is a very simple camera. Back then when they came out with this, it cost about $38. So in today's money you're talking about $600. But it's a pretty simple camera. On the bottom of the hatch you have a little foot. You lift it up, and the camera can stand by itself. Okay, level, very nice camera. Here on the in the back of the lens mechanism or the shutter mechanism, you have another foot. You open that up, and the camera can stand like that. So that's really cool design. Now, my Viewfinder Bessa has a shutter release on the side, so you would just push it down. This guy has a shutter release here, just like modern SLRs. Here, basically pushes on a little rod, which then pushes on the little lever, and that eventually triggers the shutter. Pretty complex, but you know, it works. Mine doesn't really work. The little, as you can see, parts already fell off. This little guy here basically has the rivet has broken off, and it's been like that. It's a handicapped camera. It has a really cool viewfinder. So if you go here, it pops open. You look through here, and then you compose your picture here, either vertically or horizontally. Well, you don't have to use it because you can use what's called Brilliant Finder. but then you use it as a waist level camera, and then you can flip it and flip the Brilliant Finder this way and use it like that. Works both ways. I've shot a roll of 620 on it, actually 120 films pulled onto 620, and I'm gonna run pictures through my processing, and at the end of this video I'll be posting some results. The pictures were taken at 4th of July parade, because I couldn't figure out better time to use American camera than on American Independence Day celebration. So that's that. Now, in order to open the back of the camera, you have a little arrow and a little knob. You just push the knob towards the arrow and the back swings open, just like that. And then you just spool your film to the winding mechanism and you close it up. And here in the back here, you got a little window. It says open only while winding the film. You push that open, and that has behind it has a red window. You just put your film number, or not a film number, but a frame number in the back of that window. You align these, and then you take a picture. You wind it until next frame. Like I said, it produces 6x9 negatives, which are fairly large. You can use them for contact printing, or you can use them in an enlarger. Now, to fold the camera, you just press these two struts in, and it closes right up. To open, you press the little button, camera opens up. Very, very cool. It features anastigmat lens, Kodak anastigmat lens, 6.3 105mm f6.3. So it's not the best lens, because they offered 4.5 as the best. This one's like second or third, so it's still alright. Shutter speed ranges from 25 to 100, and then you get T and B shutter speeds. DAC on shutter, it takes decent pictures. Uncoated lens, of course. You're talking late 30s, early 40s, late 40s. So uncoated lens. They started coating lenses, I believe, after World War II. So you close that up. Now, this camera came with a really cool case. It's all leather case. It's hard case. So the way it works, when you load your film and you're going to use the case, you have to open the little window in the back, and then you have the same type of window in the back of the case with a little lever here. Just lift it up and you can read the frame number without taking the camera out of the case. Really, really cool design. The way this thing is attached to the case is via this knurled knob. Just put it in, turn it, and it's done. Back then they made stuff that's really cool. Now you have to pay premium for things like Louis Vuittons and other so-called famous designers. Back then it was a simple Kodak that was made like a piece of art. So, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed this short overview of Kodak Vigilant 620. And there are more videos coming up, so stay tuned. Subscribe to this channel if you want to. If you don't want to, you don't have to. And if you have any comments, questions, feel free to post those, and I'll be happy to answer any questions you might have. And I said it before, my channel's not the best, it's not the most informative, but I share whatever knowledge I possess on these cool cameras, and I just love sharing that knowledge with the rest of the world. Just yesterday I was sitting in my bathroom turned dark room and doing some printing with a larger, so that was fun. It takes hours and hours, but it's fun, and you just do it for the love of it. So anyways, until next time, keep shooting film.
Hello, my baby. a ragtime gal. Send me a kiss by wire. Baby, my heart's on fire. If you refuse me, honey, you'll lose me. Then you'll be left alone. Oh, baby, telephone and tell me I's your own.